Okay, back here at Geno's Air Cooled. I had a couple people send me cards and letters. Of course, I get them all the time, and asked me to go over some of the parts of the transmission. So I have a little time here. This is Saturday night, and I'll try to go over some of the parts here at Geno's Air Cooled and Transactional Performance. This is the pinion shaft. Now this spanner nut comes off, the bearing comes off, it presses off, but I pressed it back on here. This pinion bearing's good, so I don't have to replace it. This pinion bearing costs over $100 right here, but this one's good. It's in good shape. Usually if they're bad, I don't know if you can see it or not, I drilled two lines here on this, and it's right in here. You'll see a roughness, and some of them's even worse than this. I had the bearings falling out of some of them already, so it's terrible. This is the input shaft. It goes into the clutch, and you want to make sure this end's decent. You don't want to have an end like that. That's not good. That's going in the scrap barrel. And this is third gear here, two of them, the newer style. And this is fourth gear, the newer style. And this is the slider hub here. And yes, there is a certain way it goes on here. This little, I've got to put my glasses on. There's a couple ways you can check it. The little notches in here, they're recessed on the, I don't know if you can see it there or not, on these teeth. But also on the newer styles, they got more ridges here, and also if you look here you'll see a groove. That always goes towards third gear. Anyhow, shift forks, first and second, third and fourth, which isn't too bad, but they're wore like usual. Reverse gear, not bad at all. Usually they're terrible. See if I have one here that's beat up. Well, this one's pretty beat up. Look at the teeth on that. That's just some of them. I've seen them twisted and tore up and everything. Scrap barrel. Okay. This is first and second gear here. This is first gear here, 378, second gear 206, and the slider hub. It only goes on one way. Goes down like this on here, and you want to make sure when you put this on, I'll try to stay out of the way here. I think I have the shim here. This is one of the shims. You better have a pocket full of them. The gear goes on like this. The synchronizer goes on here. And you want to have some play in there, just like that. You can feel it. Because if it's too tight, and this is your first and second gear synchro. That goes on like so, and you slide it down. Make sure the dogs are fit in there good, and then you turn this other one up and put it in. Second gear goes upside down like that. Bearing goes on like so, and half of third gear goes on here. And you have this little snap ring that goes down over here like so. And then this goes on down here, which I'm not going to put it on. And then your fourth gear has the big and narrow. The big side always goes down on like that. And then you put this on top and your gear stack's done. Of course, I'm not going to put it together because I'm going to oil everything up and put it together later. But that's how you put first and second together on the later style, newer style. And then on this, you just put the other one on, slide the hub down over, put your other gear on, same thing. And then it's all a different ball game because I use rebushed housings in here. First and second, third and fourth. They've all been rebushed and you have to tear it apart and put it back together. That's another story for another time. Anyhow, I'll see if I can do some more video tomorrow on assemble. It is no rocket science really to it. A lot of people want to think you do. I watched a guy on YouTube today putting the motor together. I don't use silicone, and I don't use that aircraft stuff for the case halves. I found out if this is good enough for Porsche, this is good enough for me. This is what I use here. It's green stuff, and it really works for the case halves on motors. Now, that's motors. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm getting with motors and we're talking transmission, but I seen this guy talking about that today and it sort of upset me a little bit when I seen him saying about that other stuff because it don't work worth a hoot. I know it'll keep it from leaking and stuff, but I don't like it. It's terrible to use. I use silicone blue, and I'll show you what I use on the transmissions. Should have had a tube out, but it didn't when I put them together. It's called Loctite RTV Blue. You want to make sure you get the right stuff. 37461 is the part number. This stuff is fantastic. My buddy at Rancho, they use clear silicone. I like the blue. It just seems to work good. I haven't had any problem. They probably don't have any with the clear, but I just like this a little better. So anyhow, Saturday night, going on 10 o'clock. I've been out here all day. I've done about 4 trannies, and I'm tired. So I'll be back for another story from Geno's air-cooled transactional performance. Some of this stuff you hear on the internet, that's my press making a noise here. Read between the lines. Some of these guys think they're rocket science, but they're not. And make sure you know there's a lot of good guys out there putting motors together and stuff. Make sure you get the right one. Anyhow, I've been doing this since 1968. I was taught by the guy at worked at the VW school in Philadelphia, and then he went to work at a dealer, and then me and him went in business from I'd say 70 to 84. Got out of it, but I still did some in between. Went into another whole branch of business because I didn't think there was enough here to make a living at it. And 2005, I retired from my other job and figured I'd drag race and got back into it again. And This is what I'm doing for fun, and I enjoy it very much. So anyhow, short rundown on old Geno here at Geno's Transactional Performance. Have any questions? Email me. I'd like to hear more from a lot more emails, or call me if you want to. 412-384-8012 is the phone number. Leave a message on the box. If we don't answer, we'll get back with you. And also, you could email me. That's probably the best, but you're more than welcome to call. Email is Geno, Geno 570D at Comcast.net. Have any questions? We'll be glad to answer them the best we can, and we won't lie to you. If we don't know it, we don't know it. And that's how it is. Talk to y'all later out there on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. I'm on both of them. And having fun. That's what it's all about.